So what's special about the project by the Herero Foundation is that time is relative. And I had this idea of expandable. Sometimes when you slow down, you just get slower. But sometimes when you slow down, time gets longer. The question is whether you are courageous enough to hold time and own it. And that I call to take your time. I've used that as a title also. Take your time. It's not like be slow. It's more like take your time, right? So I looked into what spaces are relative to time. And of course, like foldable, expandable, retractable, the things that can move seems to be like, okay, here's a tunnel. And if you look closer on the geometry of the tunnel, it's made out of a foldable system where we could press it together. It could be, if we squeeze it, it could be only 1 meter long. And if we pull it, it could still be 10 meters longer. Not quite 10, actually it could be 7 meters longer to be precise. But so the way it stands now, of course now it's made of metal and it cannot move anymore. But the principle of this tunnel is that it is like a harmonica. It could go like this. It has to do with maybe it's being pulled longer. And then it plays with this idea that it's very different which way you go. I would like to think that when you enter, you are preparing yourself to become more sensitive. But as you walk through the tunnel, when looking into the tunnel, it has one color. But when we walk on the side, it has a different color. See, now that is different than a normal color filter. There's a different sort of technique. And this type of glass it does something more. It is relative to your viewing position, right? Here, here, and here. So it offers you the proof that you're moving, right? And you go like, I am not standing still. I mean, this sounds so simple, but in that way, the glass has this kind of dialogue with you. It goes like, depending on where I stand, it is different. It's like a GPS, you know, it's like, it somehow corresponds with you. But it is for you to create the experience. I think you can go through a tunnel and still see the same thing as on a bridge. And of course, at the Herero Foundation, the funny thing is, of course, it is a bridge. I mean, it's up, but it's an enclosure. And that's because I think people's attention or their mind, we need more space up where the eyes are. That's actually why it has this shape. It sort of opens up. And when somebody comes through you, you still have to, when somebody comes against you, through you, that's funny. Somebody comes against you, you kind of have to sort of be careful not to bump into them. I mean, there's plenty of space, but still this notion of somebody at the other end, somebody closer, very close. Who is it? Hello. And then they go by. So this is where my interest in time really comes to full somehow flourishment when it comes to, are we actually able to host ourselves? What would we do when we would meet ourselves? Are we living according to our values? And to say all of that is sometimes the tunnel is the bridge. The tunnel is actually yours, just like the time it takes for you to pass through it. So it's up for you, it's up to you. It's up for the many yous, the many different ideas of you. The little you, the big you, the old you, the new you. All of you are the one who are actually creating the tunnel and the time it takes to walk through it.